Thank you for joining me, Debz Cooper, Global Stressologist. Here we go. You are now live. You are now live. Thank you for joining me. Woohoo! Today is a great one, which I have to giggle at because it's around keeping momentum in life. And here I was having a momentum day of keeping things flowing when there was a little bit of stagnation going on. So I would love to know if you're here live, where you are in the world, or if you're watching this as a replay, would be awesome for me. Thank you. So how to keep momentum. Is this one of those ones that you just go, yeah, how do you? So I'm going to give you some tips today. So grab your pen and paper. That would be fabulous. Just make sure I've got everything ready here. That would be fabulous. I can see your comments if you want to drop a comment in there. So when I was presented this topic, I went, wow, this really resonates with even myself. As I say, I'm a peak performance master myself, but also there's moments of that up and down roller coaster where you are in certain aspects in your world that just stagnate you. So I'm going to give you share some simple tips on how to keep momentum. So my number one, which you would not guess, I don't think you'll ever guess this one, is give yourself a breather. So here I am talking about how to keep momentum, and I'm saying give yourself a breather. And the reason I say give yourself a breather is we know the value of, if you want to call it rest, a breather, a break. I don't really like the word break, but it does often come into my vocab because I think if I say I need a break, what's going to happen? I'm going to break a bone or something. I think of that. So I say give yourself a breather. So when you say give yourself a breather, that means take time away from whatever is exploding in your mind. Now that may be sit outside. That may be sit and watch a Facebook Live. That may be read a book. That may be play cards on your phone. That may be ring a friend. That may be drink some water. Whatever it is, I know Tony Robbins talks about change your state. You know, there's a thing of jumping in the air and punching the air, A-I-R, not air. There's something about that, and it's just change your state. And this is another way of changing your state is give yourself a breather. So keeping momentum, make that breather as often as it feels right for you. As often as it feels right for you. I'm not going to say every 15 minutes take a breather. I'm not going to say every 30 minutes take a breather, because we know the wording time flies when you're having fun. I'm not going to say a time frame on any of that because only you know what's right for you. And I'm going to talk a little bit about the emotion of today could be an amazing day to get things done, whereas tomorrow may not be. So give yourself a breather. It's really, really important. You know, when you're doing laps and you're running or you're swimming, you stop at the end. You stop and give yourself a 30-second, 10-second, 5-second, whatever it is, breather. I know when I was swimming, when I was younger, one of the things is you had to stop, and as soon as you got to the end, you had 10 seconds. And that 10 seconds was so vital for your lungs, for your thinking, for everything. You hung out for that 10 seconds when you're absolutely exhausted. So give yourself a breather. I think I've drummed that into you enough. Have you got that? Did you write that one down? Give yourself a breather. The other thing is what lights you up. And when I talk about what lights you up, just be aware of what lights you up in your energy world, of what goes on around you, what lights you up and makes you go, ooh. And you can feel that all the way through your body of what lights you up. So what lights you up and being aware of that. Because to keep momentum, you must have glitter bombs. I talk about the glitter bomb. You must have glitter around you, not necessarily glitter, but you have to have something that lights you up. If you are just doing deflating jobs or tasks or something like that, you're going to get stagnant. And that's the opposite of momentum, is stagnant. And when you're stagnant, nothing gets done. Nothing gets done. Nothing gets emotionally done. Nothing gets physically done. Your whole energy, people don't even want to be around you. So stop thinking about here, what lights you up, and just be aware of that when you're doing a task. I'm going to tell you how to flip that in a minute. The other thing is I talk about is PEMS, P-E-M-S. And this comes from my lovely buddy, podcast buddy Moira. And she talks about your PEMS, which is your physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. So Physically, how to keep momentum. So today could be an amazing day. You're on fire. You're getting so much done. But yesterday, your physical was, I ate too much. I didn't get out and get some fresh air. I didn't have a shower. That's going to take you down a notch. Emotional. This is what's going on with my family, or this is what's going on behind the scenes, or this is what's going on at work. That emotional is going to take you down. Your mental. Oh, I'm not good enough for this. I don't know if it's ever going to work. I don't know if I can actually finish this task. I've got stories of the past. Your mental mindset chatter is going to take you down a notch, or lift you up, obviously. Your spiritual. Oh, I just don't feel this is for me. I'm not getting goosies. I'm not doing those things that light me up. Any of those things, any of your PEMs, physical, emotional, mental, spiritual, can take you down. They can also take you up, obviously, but I'm talking about the down to be aware of it. So if you've had lack of sleep, to get up and find that momentum is going to be a challenge, especially if it's a task that does not light you up, that is not sprinkled in glitter. It's the most boringest task ever. Hard labor. This is what's happening. You're not going to want to do it. So trying to find and keep momentum is going to be a challenge. So I'm going to show you how to flick that over. Don't worry about that, but just be aware of your PEMs: physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. Being aware of these also allows to go, but yesterday I did so much work in the office and today I don't want to. Just be aware of those. Once you acknowledge that and aware of that, it has a different mindset around you. Now, there's a thing called short or long, and it depends when you're keeping momentum. If you prefer to do short spats or long actions. So you may want to do an hour on a task and go, okay, I'm going to do an hour. But really, I know this is the most boringest, head-blowing, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically draining task ever. I'm not going to do 1 hour at a time. I'm going to do 15-minute slots or 20-minute slots with a couple of minutes breather of walking out into the balcony, appreciating what's around, just regrouping myself, whatever it is. So it's up to you whether you do short bursts or whether you do long bursts. So remembering those PEMs, today may be a long burst day or it may be a short burst day, but do not think that yesterday you got things done in long bursts and today you're going to do the same again. Just be aware of those PEMs. They are very, very, very important. I talked about what lights you up earlier, and the key there is you must love what you do. If you don't love what you do, you are going to go down. You're going to have this mindset chatter of yourself or other people, and you're going to go down into a deflating world. With that, if you're going to go down in a deflating world and you can feel that it doesn't light you up and it's not something you love what you do, can you delegate it? Because there's always, and I'm going to use the word always in capitals, there's always someone out there who can do that task bigger and better than you with love. I've talked about our gardener. My gardener's amazing. You know when she's been in the garden because you actually can just look at it, and she has done a sterling job of what's in the garden, and she loves to do the garden. Me, it's not my thing. I would rather have her do it, which it lights her up. You can see she's energized and just alive when she's in the garden, and she's talking about the garden. It's not my thing. So either love what you do or delegate it to somebody else. Don't delegate to somebody else through obligation because it's just not going to work. It's not going to work. So to love what you do, there's an exercise. And if you've got your pen and paper, pen and paper, to love what you do, you must go, how doing this task helps my, and whatever's important to you. So say family is important to you. How doing the gardening helps my family. How doing the gardening helps my financial situation, if that's important to you. How doing the gardening helps my business mindset. Whatever's important to you has to be that last one. And helps how doing the grotty task, the task that you feel like you're struggling with is going to go into there. So how doing is going to help and the last is what's important to you. So either love what you do or delegate it. It's really, really, really important, because there's nothing worse than doing a week's task of something. Because you know, if you have to go to work or you have to go do something and it's something you do not want to do, everything, you're already tense, your shoulders are tense, everything's high, it's not relaxed and fulfilled to even go into that task. So that little linking exercise is a great little start for you. The other thing I'm going to talk about is, as you'll know, one of my favorite things I talk about is expectations. And expectations you have on yourself or others have on you, it's really important to see if they are realistic. So our expectations of getting this job done or getting this task done in the next hour, if there's 4 hours of work, it's not going to get done. So you must put your hand up and say, this is not going to get done. Either you tell that other person or you tell yourself it's not going to get done. Then break it down to what can be done. Get someone else in if you've left it too late. Forget the shame or guilt, just put your hand up and say, I need help. That's it. So be aware of your expectations and be aware that as we have known since 2020, life has changed and we are learning to pivot and change to all directions when chaos goes on around us and it gets thrown at us, and we're just learning to manage these situations that are changing at such a rapid space. So be aware of your expectations, be realistic with that, remembering that timeframes can shift with life. The other thing I'm going to talk about is other people's opinions, other people telling you what to do. So if you've got a task or something that you're doing that is not fulfilling for you, be aware of what other people have given you to do. Remember those expectations. And the other thing is, be aware, is this something you want to do or have a desire to do, or is it something for somebody else? So is this your stuff or is it something else that somebody else has given to you? Just be aware of those little things. And even though I talk about how to keep momentum, I'm going to talk about giving up. Giving up. So we give up because it's too hard, or I'm exhausted, or I don't see a way out or anything. So giving up is a great communication opener for you to actually start asking the questions. I feel I've got to give up. You know, when you're, I've got to give up. I'm not going to get this done. And then nothing gets done. And then you beat yourself up and you start going, I should have done this. I should have done this. I could have done this. I could have started earlier. Blah, 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 blah. And the whole flipping stories that you've got right from when you were a young kiddie are coming back. So giving up. It's okay to give up. You can label it giving up, stopping, pausing, breather, whatever it is. Only if it feels right and it's not giving up because I'm exhausted. Bring in somebody else. Talk to a professional. Here you've got Debz Cooper, global stressologist here. Reach out to me. I'll bang a link in here for a quick 15-minute peak performance chat if that's what you'd like. Just something to keep that momentum going. So giving up only if it feels right. We know the rabbit and the tortoise. We know that story. Tortoise? Turtle? Tortoise? We know that story. And so often our realistic timeframes, you get there in the end, but it may have been a painful struggle all the way through. It doesn't have to be a painful struggle. I'm going to give you one last tip about that. But just be aware that you can get there if those timeframes are realistic. And give up or take a breather or step aside or delegate it to somebody else is totally okay to do. So what I'm going to say is the big one starts with G, and that's gratitude. Gratitude that you are asked to do this task or whatever it is, or you're going to do it yourself. So be grateful that you've had this opportunity. Be grateful that it's an honor for you to be asked to do this task, or it's an honor for you to give this task to somebody else, or there's an honor for you to see it achieved, that your name's on it, whatever it is for you. So be grateful for whatever is happening in your world around keeping this momentum, this task, this job, whatever it is you're going to do. And it's really important to be grateful for yourself that you have this opportunity right here, right now, because we don't have opportunities often that we see. So it's a great way to keep momentum, is be grateful for what it is. So I believe I've covered everything, especially with that first one. I'm going to say again is give yourself a breather. Who would have thought that the first one would be that? So give yourself a breather. So that is me, Debz Cooper, over and out today. Thank you very much. I will bang in here a 15-minute chat if that's what you're looking for, just to reach out and just go, this is my question. How can you help me with this? I'm here for you. Let's get this momentum going in life. It's pretty inspiring when you're on the momentum train. So let me know what you love, what you didn't love. That's me, Debz Cooper, Global Stressologist, over and out. Bye.